Good morning, everyone. It's me, Tommy Tutu, and this is the first hike of 2026. Welcome to another Saturday. This Saturday, we are hiking to Stanley Peak at the Daley Ranch in Escondido, California. Well, good morning, everyone. Today we are hiking at Daley Ranch to Stanley Peak near Valley Center, California. It's a total of 6 miles. Alltrails has it rated at a moderate difficulty. And it's our first hike of the year. This is the first weekend in January. It's pretty windy. We got about 10-mile-per-hour winds right now. And I think it's about 50 degrees right now, last time I checked. So, with that being said, let the journey begin. Alright guys, so we made it here to our first scenic view. There's a bench overlooking a road over the valley. Then you can continue this way. So a lot of people recommend taking a map with you or using the Alltrails map. This trail splits. There's multiple directions to take. So you could actually we're going to come across a split right now, and you could take both directions. But I'm just going to go to the most direct route. So coming down here, the road's going to split. Let's see. It's right here, right there. Okay, so it said to go to the left. So there's a trail up here to the left. I believe that's the correct one to take. So yeah, when it comes to split, today we're taking the left. So it's a little steeper, but that's okay. That looks like the right one. Alright, so it's a little switchback. And now we're going in the opposite direction, but it will take you to your destination. So let's continue. Look, there's 2 rocks shaped like hearts. Aww. Okay, so I got here about 7:30 and the whole entire parking lot was full. I actually got a little lucky because I drive a small car and there was a little space between 2 trucks I was able to squeeze into. So I barely got a spot here at 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday. But parking is free. So if you want to hike here, I suggest getting here super early. But we're here. We made it. And yeah, it's a little bit of an incline. It's not bad. This is my first hike of the year. I'm out of shape. All these Christmas cookies my neighbors gave me. So, yeah. Alrighty. I will catch up with you later. All right, we're gonna come across another split in the trail. To the left is East Ridge, and to the right, if you can see, Coyote Run. So, to get to Stanley Peak, we're gonna take Coyote Run Trail. Okay, the trail's gonna split again. To the left is Diamondback, and to the right is Coyote Run. So we're going to stay on Coyote Run at the first split. Okay, now the road splits into two. Sage Road. So when you get to Sage Road, you want to make a left. All right, let's continue our journey to Stanley Peak. All right, we're gonna come across another split in the road. So there's a path to the right and straight ahead. To the right is the old water tank, and then to the left or straight ahead is Sage Road. So we're going to want to stay on Sage Road unless you want to make a detour and see the water tank, but otherwise we're going to Stanley Peak, and this is the route straight there. Who knows what lies ahead? Stay tuned. Okay, and then further down Sage Road, we're going to come across one more split. So if you continue straight ahead, you're on Sage Road. But if you hang a right, it takes you to Stanley Peak. And that's where we want to go. It's 0.7 miles to go from here. And the last half mile, it's about a 25% grade to the top. So it is steep, but it's only half a mile. So we'll see how that turns out for us. So let's continue. Got a sign here, fence. It says Stanley Peak. Stanley Peak Meadow Restoration Area. Keep off. Okay, so don't go beyond this fence that way. That's not the way we're headed. We're headed to Stanley Peak, which is this direction. Almost there. A little under a mile to go. I see some more signs. Let's just keep the camera rolling. Stanley Peak. That way. No. So this is the last half mile that everyone online says this is the hardest section. It's about a 25% grade, so it's pretty steep. So I'm gonna shut the camera off and finish this last half mile. Catch you later. Okay, we're coming up on another split. Left or right. So when you're at this split, hang a right to get to Stanley Peak. Onward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Stanley Peak. We got two views. Let's take a look at it. There's the west view. Ooh, I want to climb up there. Here we go. Stanley Peak west view. And there it is. If you take a look here, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's the Pacific Ocean. You can see the ocean from up here. All right. It's I'm gonna, off camera, I'm gonna climb these rocks and go climb up here in a minute. But first, let's see this view. Okay. Hope there's some people. Here we go. Got some benches, trash can for your dog poop. And here we go, Stanley Peak East View. There it is. It's pretty cool, the road there. Oh God, that's so awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We made it to Stanley Peak. We got one of these here too, the bullet canister. Sign here says Stanley Peak, and some rocks here, so you can go even higher up if you want to. So here's the highest point. We did it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Hey, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you again later. Thanks, and God bless you.